What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven here with your afternoon snap, and I was just taking a look at the global leaderboard for Marvel Snap when I happened to recognize a few names of players that I've talked to recently and featured here on this channel while doing tournament coverage for community gaming. In fourth place on the global leaderboard, we've got Urban, who recently top 4'd a community gaming event, and in first place, we've got Sanutora, who recently won a community gaming tournament. If you like this content, maybe I will reach out to Urban as well and see if we can get what their deck is that they are playing. But with Sanutora on top, I had to just know what they were playing. So I reached out, and not only was Sanutora nice enough to provide me with their winning deck list currently that has propelled them to the top of the leaderboard, but they also sent me some gameplay footage. So let's take a look at the deck list. Here we go. You might be expecting it a little bit. It's Blob Thanos with Lockjaw, but there are some cards in here that you are probably not expecting. This is a full, I don't want to say full combo, but this is the biggest curve Lockjaw list that I've ever seen. This past week in the community gaming tournament, there was a Lockjaw Thanos list that I said was like very low curve, played like Mobius and Jeff. This plays none of that. No tech cards, no Shang-Chi, no Enchantress. This list is all about saying, no, I'm gonna make the biggest power, I'm gonna make the biggest blobs, and then I'm gonna use Iron Man and Living Tribunal to make those blobs even bigger and send that power to all 3 locations. And it's been working for them. They also have Infinaut in the deck as a cool card to pull out of Lockjaws, as well as to devour with your blob. And they've got She-Hulk Infinaut combo in there as well, even though they can't quite, they're not playing magic to make a 7th turn. There's still some potential ways you can use like Time Stone to generate 6 energy on turn 5 and then skip turn 5, drop them both down on the final turn, and then Skaar, because you are getting all of these huge cards out with your stones and your Lockjaw, including Thanos and Magneto. Vision is just in there because it's great, and Caiera protects all your stuff. So there's the deck. Let's take a look at it in action here, and we are going to be seeing Sanutora play against other players in like the top 200. I think both of these games that we're going to look at are both in the top 200. Now, this was not planned as content for today's featured location, but today's featured location is Titan. And this deck is very, very good with Titan as the featured location, as this game is kind of going to demonstrate here. So with 7 6-drops in the deck, I think that this is, I mean, obviously just a great deck on any day, as Sanutora has taken it to the top of the leaderboard, but it's also a pretty good deck today. So definitely something to keep in mind. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be trying this deck out after watching this video, but Sanutora gets really lucky on the locations here. Titan allows them to play a turn 3 She-Hulk into Castle Blackstone. That's got to be a snap. This is a really, really powerful start to the game. Even up against another Thanos player, I think you're feeling pretty good about this curve out. Now, some interesting things do go down here. Reality Stone is going to take Titan off the board, but it's also going to give us Attilan, and that is going to shuffle in all of these cards that Sanutora has got in the hand. So can't really expect this when you're snapping, but they will still have the extra energy here, and then they still draw Lockjaw and a stone. They're not going to go for Lockjaw plus stone this turn. They're going to throw Vision down into Castle Blackstone, a little bit more energy efficient. Plus, you keep your lead, you solidify your lead in Castle Blackstone to continually get that bonus energy. I'm just realizing my camera's like a little bit off center there. There we go. That should look good. And then there's a lot of options for turn 5 that don't require playing into Attilan, as Professor X has locked up that location. But that's kind of not a big deal for a Living Tribunal list. I talked about this a long time ago, before Professor X even got nerfed, that Living Tribunal was a great meta answer to all the Professor X decks that were running around. And this deck, not that Professor X is like super common still, but Living Tribunal just allows you to go around Professor X in a crazy powerful way. At this point, we have 8 energy on the final turn from the Time Stone and from Castle Blackstone, so we'll be able to play both our stones. Reality Stone is going to cycle in through Lockjaw, and then the Power Stone will just stay there. Reality Stone turns the location into Bar Sinister, which is going to make this a pretty silly game, and then like I said, the Power Stone will just stay there. Iron Man is that blank card that we can't see it. The art kind of bugged out there. Then our opponent plays double Blob, and yeah, we beat double Blob. So pretty good stuff. I mean, it's 2 blobs in one location. That's obviously not as good as 2 different blobs here, but still pretty fantastic. And you can see the great work that Living Tribunal is able to pull there with a nice little surprise victory. So really, really sweet. At the time of this recording, Sanutora was only ranked number 2 in the world, and by the time you're watching this, they might be number 2 again. They are definitely number 1 in America, though, and they are number 1 as I'm recording this, like I just showed a second ago. We'll take a look at one more fun game here, and yeah, then go and play some yourself, especially while Titan is the featured location. Thank you very much. Big shout outs to Sanutora for being willing to share this deck. I think that, you know, when you're playing a blob list, your list isn't necessarily like a secret because people can figure it out pretty quickly, but they're still willing to put their deck list out there, and I'm sure the metagame is going to be able to adapt around it, which is going to make it harder for them to keep that number 1 slot. So thank you for providing the deck list here for my Marvel Snap community and the greater Marvel Snap community at large here, so that everybody can try out this deck. And the sooner you watch this video, the sooner you will get some sweet tips to be able to try this deck out yourself before everybody else catches on and the metagame is able to adapt a little bit. In this game, Reality Stone is going to turn the, I forget the name of that location because we're looking in a foreign language here, but turns it into Sokovia, and both players discard a card there. I was looking away, sorry for a second to talk, but Shuri's Lab is the 3rd location here, and that provides some really interesting play options with this deck, as we're going to see, because Sanutora draws 2 cards this turn, one from Time Stone and one from Space Stone, and now they snap. They've got Living Tribunal, Iron Man in a Shuri's Lab game, so they're just going to use this turn to play Vision. Next turn they'll play Iron Man. Turn after that they'll play Living Tribunal, and that should be all she wrote, with Vision and Living Tribunal getting to double up in Shuri's Lab and then spread that power everywhere. That should be able to beat whatever your opponent is trying to do. There is always the chance, especially with your opponent playing a pretty similar deck, that they could get a bunch of power in their Lockjaw lane, and then they could also get like a Vision in Shuri's Lab. So their opponent is definitely not out of this game just yet, but Caiera and Time Stone are not quite gonna cut it. So we'll see what they come up with here. We're gonna see Sanutora move their Vision and play Iron Man. The idea here, I suppose, is to be able to throw priority. And by moving around your cards, it makes it a little bit more difficult to your opponent to like figure out how to Shang-Chi you. So that's exactly what Sanutora is playing around here. Their opponent does have Vision plus another stone to throw into Lockjaw. So like I said, CYT is not out of this game just yet. We're dealing with 2 pretty good players playing 2 pretty good decks. So they're going to give us a run for the money here. You can see Skaar is a little bit discounted, but it's got to be a Living Tribunal here, and then moving Vision back into the Iron Man location. Living Tribunal will double up to 18, and then we'll have a total of, what is that, 36 doubled up, 72 plus 4, 30, or 76 split by 3. So yeah, we'll have whatever that is in every single location. That's just short. It's 26, I believe. Or 25. I think it's 25 here, actually. So let's see how that goes. We've got a Blob from CYT here. So actually I think we're gonna need bigger numbers than 25. Oh wait, maybe 25 is just enough. It looks like it's 24 in that center location thanks to the Soul Stone shrinking that vision down. Is that right? It was 25. Wow, so a really, really close game there. Again, thank you very much, Sanutora, for sharing these games with us, and thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments down below, but that's going to be it for me today. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.